Hello. All right, let's get started on another project. We're working on Notans today, a Japanese art. And so I wanted to just kind of show you the steps. So you should have a smaller piece of paper. Mine is a 6x6 square. This larger piece is a 12x12 square, okay? On your smaller piece, this is where on the outer edges, you're going to draw some shapes, okay? They can be organic, they could be geometric, it's up to you, it doesn't really matter, okay? So first start with pencil because you might want to erase them. So I might just draw a curved line and a curved line. Okay, so I'm making this design symmetrical because these will match. Then I might do triangle, maybe a triangle over here. Okay, so I have this design planned out so that it doesn't take up too much of your time. I actually went ahead and made it right here. Okay, so now you can see that I actually drew a shape. Let me bring this closer. I drew a shape inside of another shape, okay? That's gonna create a double notan when we start to cut, and I'll show you that in just a second, okay? So now I'm gonna take my scissors, now that I have my design all drawn, and I'm going to cut out these shapes. And make sure you save them. So cut out the big ones. I'm not gonna cut out the middle shapes yet, the ones I drew inside of a shape. Okay, so I have that one. And I'm gonna put it over here, just so I remember that it's on this side. And then I'm gonna cut out this shape. So make sure your workspace is nice and clean so that you don't mix up all these shapes together. This one I'm going to put over here. Okay, just so I remember it's on this side. And then, okay, I'm gonna start cutting out this big shape. And remember, all the shapes have to come off of the edge. Okay, so you have to use this straight edge right here. And I'm gonna keep the shapes that are on the same side with each other over here, so I don't get them mixed up. Okay, now the more shapes that you guys draw and cut out, the more complicated your notan will be. Okay, so if you want to start doing one very simple one just to try out this idea and see how you do, I think that's a great plan. So if you want to make more than one, there's no problem with that. Let me cut out this one. These turn out really beautiful. So if you have more than one, that's awesome. Okay, and one more shape. Okay, now I know I'm cutting out this shape and it's going over here. So now I know it goes this way. Okay, so now you are going to take your glue. I'm going to move these just out a little bit so they're not in my way. Take a glue stick. Okay, if you only have the white glue at home, that would work fine too. Just don't use a lot. You only really need a little bit. I'm going to flip this over, add my glue like that. Making sure I get to these outer edges. Oops, okay. Now I'm going to glue this down in the center as good as I can. Press it down, and there you go. All right, now your job is to put all of these pieces back in to your original little square, okay? So make them fit. It's just like doing a puzzle. So think of it like it's a day of puzzling. Okay, so this one will go here. But now, oh, this one actually, I must have flipped this. this goes over here, and so now I know. See, I just mixed it up. That happens. But when you do the puzzle part, if they don't fit, like those two didn't fit, then you know. Okay? So really make sure your puzzle pieces fit in there, because this will be important in just a minute. Now, does that one fit there? I think I switched these two. There we go. Ah, there we go. Now they fit perfect. Okay, so now, in a Notan, the job is to take your shape and flip it out, like this. But I wanted to add some shapes inside, just to make it a little more complicated, okay? If this is confusing, you don't have to draw a shape inside that shape if you don't want to. But I thought I would challenge myself. So now at this point, you're gonna cut out that extra shape, and that shape is actually going to stay right where it was. So I had it like this, like a puzzle, and now you're only gonna flip the first shape out, and you're gonna leave the second shape in. And I want you to glue right where that line of the paper normally would be. That's where you're actually gonna try to line up the straight edge of your shape. So let me glue this one down, since I have it all done correctly. I'm gonna just kind of fix it, slide it a little bit so I get it right. And then I'm gonna put glue on the back of this shape. And now it's a double Notan because it flips twice. This piece right here is a single Notan because it only flips out once. I didn't create another shape inside of this. Okay? So you're just taking your shapes and you're flipping them from the inside and then reversing it to the outside. Now this one I did that inside shape again, so now I'm going to cut that out. The inside shape stays right where it is, so this stays here, but the big shape flips out. Okay. Oh, that's looking really cool. I'm going to add glue. So as you do these, and you're flipping the shapes out along that straight edge, I would glue them down, because otherwise, if you just do all the gluing right at the end, it could get really confusing, okay? So do it piece by piece and leave the rest inside like that. Okay, so I'm gonna keep working on this and taking all my shapes and flipping them out along that line right there. And I'm gonna keep working to create my Notan. All right, check out my examples at the rest of the slideshow. And there's also pictures for step-by-step instructions in case I went too fast. Or you can just watch this video again. All right, good luck. I can't wait to see these. It's a really fun project.